Hey guys, Jacob here. How you doing? Are we stepping it up every day? Well, today, which so much emphasis on the food we eat, I think de-emphasizing and not making it such a issue can help us to just live a happier life. And we're talking about your diet, right? What is the ideal diet for you? People try all kinds of diets. It's a billion dollar a year industry. That's why I think I should just work on diets sometimes, because it's easier when you got it figured out and you get some help, real help. You learn what the body really needs when you have some kind of dis-ease. What makes you feel better? We know what comfort food is, right? Is that the ideal diet for us? You know, when they captured elephants and they first started putting them into the circus, they would feed them whatever they thought they wanted to feed them. But the elephants would only last like 6 years, and it was expensive. They'd have to go buy another elephant. Well, that's sad. We see they brought in, I guess, a veterinarian or I forget, it was, some expert, some like jungle Congo expert, somebody, or from the zoo, I think it was. And they said, these guys are not healthy and they're not that happy. What are we doing? Can you give them some kind of special treatments? And the man or the woman, whoever it was, said about the elephant that he has an elephant diet, not this stuff that you're giving him that you think he might like. So they went, if they would research, find out what the diet is for an elephant, and then they would live a lot longer, and they were happier, and they did beautiful performances. Although I don't advocate that stuff, but it's a good story for what we're talking about. And the same with monkeys in captivity, and we know they have diets that they like. Pandas, they eat the leaves, right? If you don't give them those, try to give them moringa powder like we might take, and they might starve. So we as humans we're omnivores, that is true. We can eat just about anything that is from the natural earth. If it's processed, as we know, it's probably not good. And we can get away with certain things. So whole food diet, we've talked about it, right? This whole thing is really about learning how to balance for this week, right? So we know whole foods are ideal, but then on top of that, you need to figure out what is the best for your microbiome. And the most accurate thing we found, because you can try anything, you can try all the diets. You can do the blood type diet. That's pretty good. That's the idea. Now they have these custom plans that they're coming out with, which is great. I don't know what kind of machine they use to determine that, if it's a blood sample or whatever. But what we found, as we talk about, is the Zyto scan. It's easy. Takes 30 minutes, and it prints out all the foods that are ideal for you. The ones that are near zero are like a neutral, and the ones that are negatives, don't eat. Doesn't mean you're not gonna be able to ever eat those negative foods again, but this month your body is gonna be stressed if you eat those certain foods. Like, I've gotten to the point where I know, and a lot of people know, but they don't have a lot of experience with natural foods. They know I don't need the cookies right now, even though they're made from almond flour. Like, I had some goji berries, and again, they don't agree with me. I want to do the scan again, and I don't remember, but I'm gonna find out where they are, because my body doesn't really love them. I can tell. I love blueberries, so generally, but we need variety, and then we're going out doing variety, eating things just to have the variety, and we don't know, is this really good for me? It gets kind of technical. And so you do the scan every month because the Zyto is great because it'll tell you, eat these foods this month. Then next month you need another scan because your body just built up. It's like working out. It builds up. And the next month you need a different set of foods. And the next month, if you do that for a year, you're going to be tweaked in. You're going to know what foods are best for your body at what season of the year. That's another level. People don't even think about it. They think, I'm just going to have blueberries all year. I like to do that, but there's supposed to be certain foods in the winter, certain foods in the summer. Like I'll almost never eat watermelon in the winter or closer to the colder months, just in the summer, and that's natural. That's the idea, right? And I'll tend to eat things that are warmer in the winter, of course, less cold foods. That goes along with the Chinese medicine about balancing your qi. We need just the right amount of fire and we need just the right amount of cold in our body to balance out. You can read about that, the fire. And when I was in China, they would give me herbs to balance me out. And I was too inflamed at that point, and they gave me herbs, and my body got cooler, even though it was winter. Or I think it was in the summer. Yeah. So what I want you guys to start doing after this, I have little books for different things. I have a journal. I have a success journal. I've been really concentrating on the success journal, which is questions. And then I also have my story journal, which is it asks you questions about the history of your family, and I'm rewriting the history. So that's for another talk. So I'm looking through a positive lens of my family history and writing all the positive things out. That's a side bonus. So what we need to do is write down, and this is going to help when you talk to practitioners. Some of them require it, and I wish all of them would, and I wish they required it of me a long time ago, because with Lyme brain, we can be all over the place. Especially with food. The Labrador brain, or I call it the golden retriever brain, comes out and it's like, especially with Lyme people, it's over exaggerated. So it's hard for us to focus. So we're like, here, oh my goodness, let's go jump into the pile of people over here, go eat whatever we want over here, and go do whatever pleasure we want over here. But we know we'd be really a mess if we gave in to all of our inclinations, right? And one way to calm down our bodies, of course, as we first say, is silence. Taking a minute. Think about it. It doesn't take too long. I know it takes discipline to do a food and supplement journal every day. In your journal, do it at the top of the subheading. Okay, what I eat today, quick list, and then you can write in new supplements. You know the supplements you're normally on, right? You don't have to write them all down, but put in the new ones. And this will help you to figure out what helps you to sleep as well. What have I been doing lately? I've been sleeping good. Okay, let's keep doing what we're doing. I ran today. Oh yeah, and I slept well. So if you put that in the journal, you get to see a picture. And we should do it right now. So if you're on your journal, you wrote what food you have, different supplements, proteins, and things included, new additions, your exercise, and what else? Oh, of course, I have my goal journal, right? If you don't have Brendan Burchard's, Brendon, Burchard, Brendan Burchard's success journal, I highly recommend it, because sometimes the stuff that he's putting down there, I'm like, oh, I got to really think. But it keeps you on track every day. Every morning and every night, you answer questions. What am I doing? What are you doing? So I have more than one. I have 2 journals that I'm working on right now. I've stopped my writing journal, which you're supposed to write uninhibited for 5-10 minutes, 15 if you want, about just whatever. Just let it out and you'll sleep better when you do that. So So that's great, the journaling. So that's huge. So that when we journal, let's say you get a month's worth, you go to see your next practitioner, and you say, okay, here's my journal, everything I've been doing, and you can talk about it. I think this has been good and that has not been good, so you can sound it off to them or me when we talk. And then you can rewrite the laws of your DNA. It's your choice. It's your choice what you do. And if we write something, there's power in writing. That's why I learn things better when I write. They say that people learn differently, and if you listen to it, you'll learn some. If you write it, you'll learn it the higher percentage. If you tell someone about it, the percentage goes up to like 2/3-ish. And then if you actually do it, demonstrate to other people, teach it, but you have to be doing it to get the top benefit. That's going all the way with something that you learn about yourself and your life. And so when you write it, you're writing a law for yourself. A lot of people don't know that metaphysical reality. Rewrite the laws of the DNA. So in our journaling, let's say, how are we doing on time? Let's say we say, for me, it's right here, forgive Dad. Man, I had to work on that one so long. But you can do it. Because it's not serving you if you're letting things hold you back, constantly going over these things. And then if, let's say I'm thinking about, man, my daddy was so mean. And then I go, let's go and let's say even take a shake. Let's say I do a protein shake in the middle of the day because I don't really eat a lot of lunch. It's like an apple and protein shake. Oh man, he was so, and then you drink it. You are burying those emotions instead of talking to someone about it and getting counsel about it. Then we can go, we can enjoy our food more. People think enjoying food has to do with eating whatever you want. And just going and just burning it off, jogging it. No, it's really more about calming our emotions. And then we can have a peaceful meal. Let that sink in a little bit, right? That's heavy duty. They've written about that for decades. That's nothing new. And you heard me say, the Turks, I love it because they view sitting down and eating as sacred. So in this process of figuring out our ideal diet for us, as we'll talk about in person, ask your body. There's a practitioner or a way of dealing with things. I love EFT, but there's one called Body Talk, and I just like the title because it implies that you're gonna ask the body what it needs, because the body is powerful. It's like another human apart from the brain, and when it becomes the boss, we know that's trouble. When this gut down here is saying, yeah, I don't want to go on that bike ride because I don't know, there's some danger on the path. Then we're in trouble. If you're just listening to survival mechanisms and allow ourselves to be frightened about everything, the body's going to keep us from doing anything. We won't end up doing nothing healthy if we just listened to the body's intelligence. We got to direct it, right? So that's how I get my ear. So listen to your body when it says, I need a break. I need a 5-minute reset. Like I tell you guys, after this one, I'm going to go and it's a little after lunch. I'm going to go and do my meditation. Best part of the day. I'd rather do that than eat at this point. So we listen to our body. We're going to go into that more. This is more about food, right? Being in the maestro section. We'll talk more about how do you listen to your body. And it's amazing how many barometers we have here to tell us what we should do, what's going on. Is the body crying even though I'm standing here and I look like everything's fine? We'll go into that more. Okay, so the other thing, we're going to talk about this more as well, but I'm touching it here because, it intertwines so much, and this is a new concept to a lot of people, and that is our bodies are made up of more microbes than they are human cells. They differ on what they say, but I just say it's 10 times the amount of human cells. So these critters have known carbs, and they've known carbs, sugar, and pseudo foods for many years, and they just want to survive to tomorrow. Your body's kind of short-sighted, and those microbes are too. They're very kind of simple-minded, although some people have told me who studied it, say some of the microbes, like if you get an amoeba into your body, can be pretty smart. You get worms, they have their own brain. Of course, spirochetes go along with the Lyme. But that's okay. That's the way we were made. We're not here to destroy all the microbes. We're here to work in harmony with them, right? And that's viruses, bacteria, spirochetes, amoebas, and other things. Retroviruses, which is what we have. So they want to keep doing the same thing they've always done. The body likes similarity. It likes just the status quo. It likes you to be in a rut, right? But we know what I'm thinking. Ruts aren't that good. We don't grow when we're in a rut, right? It's a negative connotation when we say there's a rut in the road and the wheels just go there, and a car that's, if you've ever driven on dirt roads, your car can get in usually other countries, the car can just get into that rut and almost steer itself with very little effort on your part. And that's what our bodies like. The critters in our bodies like just the same. Just keep going down the road you're going. Don't make us unhappy. No matter how many times I do cold water therapy, my little critters want to say, no, don't jump in there, you're going to die. We like being body temperature. We don't want to circulate too much. So you got to understand, it's them rebelling. It's not you. You want to go and jump in that pool or exercise or eat clean. You do. You don't say, well, I'm broken, there's something wrong. No, that's the way we are. It's right in here. So we have to retrain our little critters and talk to ourselves and say, okay, this is good food for you. When we're preparing it, we have to be happy about preparing the healthy food. We say, body, you're going to really love this. I'm taking care of you. Don't worry about what other people think. The top performers in the world, as you hear me say over and over again, talk to themselves. People that are heads of big organizations, they've studied the performers of the world, and they're their own best coach. That's why we're here. We're here to teach you to be your own best coach. So I will talk to my body and say, got some good food coming today. I'm going to take care of you. Don't worry. You don't need to go for that extra carbs. You're going to be feeling great tonight when you go to bed, and then we're going to really feel the effects tomorrow. Same thing goes if you have a cheat day and you ate a whole bunch of carbs. How are you going to feel the next day? Yeah, you're going to feel junky, right? You're going to feel, how we say, we've got to use the tech. The next day, we don't listen to the reasoning. We're bad. Cheat day should be just a higher carb day and healthy carbs, right? We talked about that last class. But if you want to have a cheat day, and let's say you splurge and like, oh man, I couldn't stop eating, I just ate a whole bunch of carbs. I want to impress on you how you're going to feel the next day, because especially if you eat at night and you eat carbs or you eat alcohol. I sleep terribly. I feel like junk the next day, especially if I went to bed late. It's not going to be a good day. I don't need that anymore. I want to feel good, right? So if we went to bed, or let's say we had a cheat day, we had a bunch of carbs like we said, we're gonna feel a crash, right? And we're going to feel more on the depressed side. We're gonna feel like, what is it? I should have did it better, right? We're gonna feel like junk. We're gonna feel like I need to get the bigger one, but we're gonna feel like garbage. That's not how we want to feel, right? We want to feel energy. And it helps to see these in our brain, to see, I like right now, I could put it across the screen here as we teach, but what do we want? We want energy for the next day. So whatever you're doing today, you're going to either pay for or reap the rewards of feeling great, feeling better. And if you feel bad that day for some reason, you would have felt even worse if you added a bad diet. So you can be glad that you ate well the day before and that you're feeling pretty good today. It's always about gratitude. You can say, oh, but I'm doing all these things and I still feel bad. Yeah, that's part of Lyme. But your Lyme is like this. You're going up and down, right? But those can be just decreased because you're eating very well. It's just part of the pie, as we said. It's not the whole piece. It's just a piece of the pie. So, in a quick review, your ideal diet needs to be monitored, especially the first 3 months. Work on it for a year, and we'll train you how to know what is the ideal diet for your gut, for your body. Get the Zyto scan every month. Write down your food and supplement journal, and let out those negative emotions so you can sleep well. Talk about more of this on another. But as we've been saying, as you acquire wisdom, there's nothing better than to eat, drink, and see good for your hard work. Good health to you.